We start with a very active scene on Grand Rapids West Side after a man was shot and killed by police this afternoon. That's where we find Peter Elliott right now live at the scene. He's been there all afternoon. Peter, a lot of moving parts. What can you break down at this hour?
Yeah, Lauren, there are a lot of moving parts here. We know that a man in his 40s was shot and killed by Grand Rapids police. This happened in the 1000 block of Whitcomb Avenue. Police not disclosing the man's name, but they say he charged at officers with a knife and that one officer fired between 4 and 5 shots. That is according to Interim Chief Joe Trigg. They say the man was shot. Officers rendered aid at the scene, but he died of his injuries. This all started after 1 p.m. this afternoon. About 4 streets east of here, officers called to a house in the 1000 block of Alpine Avenue. A person said that a family member was armed with a knife and threatening to arrived. The man threw a Molotov cocktail towards a police cruiser. The car caught on fire, but officers did extinguish it. Trigg says that they tried to de-escalate the situation before deploying less lethal options to get the man to surrender. He did not specify what those less lethal forms were. Trigg says the man came out of the house with a second Molotov cocktail, but he wasn't sure if that one was actually thrown. All the while, officers were trying to get family members out of the home. Eventually, the man ran out of the house across the street. Let's show you video we were given by a witness. You'll see the moment the man runs out of the home. Several witnesses say he appeared to be wearing a black cape or a blanket of some sort. You can see them commenting he just ran. You'll see it slow down, but he took off quickly. This is what started a foot pursuit through the neighborhood. Trigg says that the man tried to carjack someone in a vehicle. He was armed with what he believes were multiple knives. The carjacking was unsuccessful, so the man continued to run. Trigg says officers deployed a canine. The man stabbed the dog at least 3 times. Trigg says officers tried another less lethal option to stop him before he was eventually in the back of a home on Whitcomb Avenue, breaking into it when he charged at officers with a knife. One officer fired gunshots. Trigg, again, believing those were 4 to 5 shots that were fired. That is consistent with what we heard from witnesses. We asked Trigg if the 12 Grand Rapids police officer-involved shootings over the last 4 years has changed how they respond to these situations. We also heard from a witness who saw that man run.
I know our men and women don't want to go through this. This is thing, and then for the families, your heart breaks regardless of what the circumstance was. And we're always going to try to learn from a previous incident, whether it's an officer-involved shooting or it's a domestic assault. We're always trying to get better, but at the end of the day, our officers are usually responding to the behavior of the subject.
I didn't know he was going to run all the way down there, too. I don't know how he got down there. I don't know how he even ran in front of the cops like that.
Michigan State Police are now on scene investigating. We're told that process could take several more hours. The officer who shot the man will be placed on administrative leave, as is the protocol in these situations. Trigg says that the dog that was stabbed is expected to recover. No one else was injured this afternoon. This is still an active scene. There are still officers around here. Many streets cordoned off here. We asked Trigg if there was a history between that man who was killed or that address as well, if they were aware of any previous interactions with police. Trigg says he did not know those details. When we learn more information about this situation, we will be sure to let you know both on air and online at our website, 13onyourside.com. For now, reporting on the west side of Grand Rapids, I'm Peter Elliott, 13 on Your Side.